Hello, I'm Emma from English. I'm too hungry to concentrate. You're good enough to start a conversation in English. I haven't got enough time. In this lesson, you'll learn how to use these little useful words correctly in English sentences. Too and enough. Both of these words indicate a degree. They give us more information about an adjective or an adverb or a noun. I'm too hungry to concentrate. So here, too means that it is more than what is wanted or what is needed. So it's usually a negative thing. You are more hungry than you want to be. This is really frustrating for you because you can't concentrate. I'm too hungry to concentrate. You're good enough to start a conversation in English. So here, enough tells us that it is the amount that we want or we need. It's the right amount. And this is a positive thing. You have what is needed. You are good enough. You're not good enough. Ouch, that is really mean. Not enough means that it is less than the amount that you want or you need. It's a really negative thing. It's a pretty mean thing to say. You're not good enough. So let's look at the structures for each of these words with adjectives and adverbs first. So too comes before an adjective or an adverb. He's driving too fast. You're speaking too quickly for me. He's too old to drive. Remember that using too with an adjective or an adverb usually suggests that it's a negative thing. It's more than what is wanted or needed. So it's not correct to say that the movie was too good when you really enjoyed it. It's also not correct to say that your friend is too funny. It sounds really strange to native English speakers because it suggests that it's more than what you want or what you need it to be. Use really or very or so instead. Your friend is so funny. The movie was really good. That sounds better. There are some exceptions to this though, when you're speaking colloquially, especially in Australia where I'm from. Like, for example, if someone asked me, "How are you?" I'd probably say, "Not too bad." This is really common in Australia and it means good, but that's an exception. Okay, what about enough? Enough comes after the adjective or the adverb. I'm strong enough to lift these boxes. It's warm enough to go for a swim. He's entertaining enough to perform on stage. You're here often enough, you might as well live here. Now, what about when enough is used in a negative sentence? Enough comes after the adjective or the adverb, but not comes before. I'm not strong enough to lift those boxes. And this has the same meaning as I'm too weak. It's not warm enough to go for a swim, which means it's too cold. You can also use too and enough with nouns. Use too with much or many and a noun. So again, this means that we have more of the noun than we want or we need. You would choose many if the noun was countable, and you would choose much if the noun was uncountable. There are too many people here. Paul has too much furniture in this room. I've got too many options, I can't decide. You can never give too much advice. Now, if you're not sure about which nouns are countable and which are uncountable, you should check out this lesson right here because I'll explain it for you there. So what about enough? Well, with a noun, enough comes before the noun. Again, this means that we have the right amount, the amount that we want and that we need. I have enough time. There are enough seats in the car. You should come. We have enough money. Let's buy it. And to make these sentences negative, we add not, usually before the main verb. I haven't got enough time. She didn't earn enough money. We haven't made enough food. There aren't enough people here. The be verb is a bit of an exception here to the rule. The structure is a little different. When the be verb is the main verb, then not comes after the main verb. So these handy little words will definitely help you to express yourself more clearly in English, and now you know exactly how to use them correctly. Make sure you practice them. Write some examples if you want. Add them in the comments below. Remember that to means that it's more than the necessary amount. Enough is the necessary amount. It's the exact amount. And not enough is less than the necessary amount. And if you've managed to make it through this lesson all the way to the end, then you are going to get a special reward because you're about to find out how you can get English courses for under $5. Now, on Monday, the 27th of November, yes, that's soon.
Guys, good evening. Okay, so right now the girl is talking about money. Okay, so he's starting talking about business. That's good. Okay, but the idea is we are gonna start with our thing, guys. Today I've got the chance just to be here with you, and that is because teacher Andres is coming to Colombia. All right, so I'm gonna have the happiness to tell you that maybe in the next week he's gonna be in our face-to-face classes for the ones who maybe are attending that kind of classes. Guys, welcome once again to our classes. Be very ready because as far as I know, you've been studying enough. And that is a very important class because deals with nouns, deals with adjective, and sometimes there's like an order that we should bear in mind. Maybe we are gonna talk about that today. So teacher is very, very happy to be here with all of you. So I'm gonna start sharing my screen so that all of you can see exactly what I can. All right, so I'm gonna just start showing you like a presentation. I don't know if you have seen this presentation before, okay, if maybe you have, all right, so we are gonna reinforce, okay, I think it's very important, so I'm gonna start briefly showing to you, all right, so today we are gonna talk about enough versus to, okay, when we talk about enough, as maybe teacher Andres and Crystal has talked to you, it's especially used when we say that is the limit, or sometimes we want to know if requires what we are expecting. All right. Sometimes when we say to, it's because it's like an exaggeration, or sometimes we are saying, as the video show, that is more than actually is necessary. Sometimes the connotation is negative. All right. So maybe we are going to talk a little bit more, okay, in a second. So let's get started, guys. Fasten your seat belts because this is about to take off. Be very attentive every time that maybe we consider we've got a good word to learn. Okay, maybe I'm gonna immediately let you see, okay, this that is our vocabulary word, okay? I'm gonna just start. What does enough mean? I love this. What does enough mean? All right, so we can start telling that enough means to have as much as you need or more sometimes that actually you need. Okay, so that is enough. For example, hey, you need money for the concert ticket. No, I've got enough. I've got enough means that I have money to buy my ticket, and maybe I'm gonna have left an extra one. Okay, so maybe I have not the limit of money that maybe I need, so the amount is more than necessary. There is a very interesting word that in English is used, and is the word plenty. In English, when you say plenty, you can say, I'm gonna give you an idea. I've got plenty of time, you know, and this is very interesting because in English, when you say plenty, this special word that I'm gonna emphasize in red is because you have more than actually is necessary, more. Okay, so it's like an exaggeration. Okay, sometimes enough is kind of the same. All right, so bear that in mind. Okay, very good. So I'm gonna just move it. All right, for example, if you see now, you're gonna see this big jar, 2 glasses, and we can say that if you pour in both of these glasses, you're gonna have some left in the jar. I mean, you're not gonna spend it all right? So you're gonna have an extra juice. So if maybe your mother or your father or some a kin or friend comes to your house, you can give this person some orange juice because you're gonna have some left. All right, so that is enough. There is enough orange juice to fill both glasses. In fact, there will even be some leftover. All right, I'm gonna just write down this one. This is a very good expression, leftover. And sometimes when you say the word leftover is, or you are talking about what is left. Okay, so maybe your mother, okay, just serve the sancocho for everybody in the family, and maybe you say, Mom, I would like to eat more sancocho, and maybe your mom is gonna tell you, wow, there's some leftover in the kitchen if you wanna go and get more. Okay, so that is leftover, okay? It's like something that in the end was left. All right, bear that in mind because this vocabulary, as all the vocabulary that we have been learning, is extremely important. And that is why all the time I tell you this repetitive word, bear the word in mind. Okay, so let's move it. Okay, if you see now the 2 glasses are full, but if you see the jar, there's some more juice in it. Okay, so that is why we use enough. Sometimes it's like plenty, as I mentioned, because we can say that we have maybe more than actually is necessary. All right, I'm gonna just move it. Go ahead. If you see now, there's not enough. When you say not enough, it's because now the connotation is no more or an exaggeration, is all the way around. All the way around. Sorry, the other way around. I'm gonna write down the expression because it's very good. The other way around. When in English you say the other way around, and I'm gonna emphasize this incredible word, okay, like in a color that you can notice for the future. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it in green. All right, the other way around is contrary as I tell you. If I tell you, hey, go to university and then pick up your brother, and if you go pick up your brother and then you go to university, maybe your mother is gonna be like a little bit angry with you. And you know why? Because all the time you do things the other way around. I mean, contrary as people tells you. All right, so hey, that is why we need to be very attentive, especially when people talk to us, because so many times the message is so important that we need to be concentrated. This way, maybe we are not gonna be in a misunderstanding. This is a very incredible word, misunderstanding. Okay, so it's like a confusion. Okay, misunderstanding is a long word. Okay, sometimes you say, hey, this is a misunderstanding. Okay, maybe you are confused. It's not yet, as you think. Let me, I can explain to you. All right, so because maybe some misunderstanding. It's like a confusion. All right, so when you say there's not enough orange juice, it's because if you pay attention now that we pour the juice, is not enough even not to fill in a single glass. All right, so it's gonna be totally impossible for me to drink or even to offer somebody else orange juice because, hey, it was not enough. All right, so there's not enough orange juice to fill both glasses. In fact, there's not enough juice to fill one glass. As I mentioned, not enough to fill one. Okay, very good. I'm gonna just move it. Macy is going to London. Hey, let's suppose that this little girl is going on holidays, is going on vacation. All right, so she's maybe heading off London, okay, for the weekend. I mean, the weekend, as you know, is Saturday and Sunday. It's not include sometimes Friday. That is something very interesting. All right, she takes this big suitcase. As you know, guys, suitcase is the big one that you use, okay, just to pack up all your clothes and necessary things to go on holidays. Okay, so suitcase is big, okay? Think that or bear this in mind. Okay, very good. So the suitcase is big and Maisie only wants to take 4 things. Okay, so maybe she only wants to take this, a toothbrush, maybe a t-shirt, okay, maybe some pants, and obviously going on holidays, you want to just stay with you your sunglasses. All right, this is very good. So the suitcase is big enough to hold everything Macy wants to take. So you say, teacher, what is the problem, okay, if the suitcase is big enough so she can put or she can pack up everything she needs and there won't be any problem. So what is the point? Okay, very good. Clara is going to Spain for 3 weeks, okay? These ones are longer. I mean, talking about holidays. She finds this suitcase and start to pack her clothes. All right, go ahead. The suitcase small and Clara needs to take lots of clothes to last 3 weeks. That is the problem. If you go, for example, like Macy, only for a weekend, hey, you don't need to take a lot of outfit. All right, so you can just use a suitcase. It's not necessary or not necessarily gotta be so big, you know, but if you are talking about to spend 3 weeks in a place, you're gonna need a big suitcase just because I imagine you wanna take with you as much outfit or as many clothes as possible. You know, obviously you don't want to just look like a picture, okay, for 3 weeks just because you didn't take with you enough outfit to your vacation. All right, very good. So if you see, the suitcase is not big enough to hold all Clara's clothes. If you see, guys, actually, this example shows a big difference when it's positive and negative. When I say my suitcase is big enough to take all my suit and cloth, it's because it's bigger than necessary. But if you say, my gosh, man, I don't know, I have a problem. And you say, hey, what's your problem? You say, my problem is I'm going on holidays for 3 weeks. I need to take, as you know, a lot of clothes and my suitcase is not big enough. Big enough is totally negative because it's going to be impossible for you to put or pack up all the things that you want. All right. So, career live near the North Pole, right? This is very interesting because they are called Eskimos. I think that is the word. It's a very interesting word.
Eskimo.
Yeah, Eskimo. I'm gonna just write it down the word on our vocabulary And when we are talking about this interesting character person that sounds
Eskimo.
Eskimo, is a person that maybe live in the North Pole. You know, the North Pole, it's very cold, so that is why maybe this person needs to wear lots of thick clothes because this is like protection against at the cold, you know, and maybe the person with this kind of outfit is gonna keep warm. All right, so you're gonna see this. Okay, so career is wearing enough layers. Okay, please be careful with this word. Okay, I'm gonna just um show it to you.
Layer.
Layer. Okay, layer is, for example, when we are talking about our atmosphere. When we talk about atmosphere, obviously we are talking about different layers that actually protect our planet. Teacher, what do you mean? Okay, I'm gonna show you what I mean, and maybe this way you're gonna get my idea easier because, as I mentioned to you, a picture is very important. If you see, this is the Earth atmosphere. And independent highness, you're gonna see different chemical components, all right, necessary for all or support life in our planet. If you see the closer to the ground is called troposphere. Okay, in troposphere is where you can see these kind of balloons or maybe planes flying in sky. If you go, this is the stratosphere. In the stratosphere, some special aircraft can fly, or maybe we can see some meteors, okay, coming inside. Okay, that is also possible in the mesosphere. Okay, there are another that is thermosphere, that is hotter. Okay, is where satellites and special NASA aircraft, okay, can be. And finally is the exosphere. All right, if you see, all these are what, guys?
Layer.
Yeah, layers, because several layers compound, okay, the atmosphere. Okay, so that is exactly what the person, what I mean, is talking about career cloth. Okay, very good. I'm gonna just go. Look at this guy. James visits the North Pole. If you see, maybe this guy is very cold. You know, maybe this person is like in English, he's saying he's shivering. Okay, teacher, shiver. Yeah, that is the word. Teacher, what is the pronunciation?
Shiver.
I'm gonna write it down. It's very interesting word. So that is why I'm gonna show you, because when you shiver, okay, you start moving your body and it's impossible to control the movement. Okay, that is because you are shivering. Okay, shivering is in Spanish kind of titiritar, or sometimes people say escalofrío. All right, so please bear that in mind. Okay, what maybe James is experiencing this situation? Let me tell you why. It's just because he was not ready for this journey, and maybe he didn't packed up necessary or special outfit for protection against this special weather. You know, North Pole is very extremely temperature condition. All right, so it's not possible for you to maybe survive if you are not wearing a proper outfit. Okay, that's very important. So why this happened? And it's because maybe James didn't pack up enough cloth. All right, so enough is maybe now he needs, but he didn't bring. Why? Because maybe he thought he could deal with the coldness, and now that he's experiencing this situation, he realized that this is horrible. Yeah, very good. I'm just gonna go on. Look at this one. Mom says Blair has to finish all his dinner if he wants ice cream. This is sometimes like a condition that our moms sometimes express to us, okay, when we wanna maybe a candy or a dessert, okay, maybe an ice cream. Maybe your mom is gonna say, of course, I'm gonna let you eat whatever you want, but my condition is you have to eat it all. All right, so let's see. Blair hasn't eaten enough dinner to get the ice cream. So maybe this is why his mom is gonna say no. All right? Because, hey, look, no, he hasn't eaten enough dinner just to get an ice cream. Okay, very good. Or maybe we can say he's too slow to eat. Okay, which is very exaggerated. And maybe that is why his mom is not gonna let him eat anything. Okay, very good. Let's go on with the next one. This is a postal worker, and maybe she's trying to deliver a parcel. You know what is a parcel? It's like a package, something that is for you. All right. If you see, this is something called the postal bus. A postal box is maybe for letters or maybe for an envelope. You know what is envelope? I'm gonna just write it down here, envelope. Teacher, what is it? Very easy, the word envelope. I'm gonna let you see with a picture. Okay, so this way maybe you're gonna know what an envelope is. Okay, this is an envelope. Okay, an envelope is something that people use to put letters in. You know, you close, sometimes you write down the address or the addressee, the person who's gonna give this letter, and that is the way as maybe you can send it. Okay, so this is an envelope. All right, so I'm gonna show you this a postal box is too small to put in this parcel. You know, maybe for a letter, maybe for an envelope, but not for a parcel like this. Okay, it's impossible. Okay, the parcel cannot be delivered because it won't fit the letterbox. Because a letterbox or a postal box is very, very thin. And hey, the size of this parcel maybe is bigger than the size of a letterbox or a postal box, so it's gonna be impossible. The girl is not gonna deliver. All right, so the letterbox is not big enough, okay, and the parcel is not small enough, the contrary, to fit. That is a very incredible verb, guys, that I would like to talk to you. Okay, this one is to fit. Sometimes you say fit, but there is another that I consider is feeding. Okay, feeding is sometimes when you are trying to solve a jigsaw. Teacher, what? Yes, a jigsaw. Teacher, what is jigsaw? Okay, when we talk about jigsaw, okay, I'm gonna show you what is jigsaw. Obviously, you know what is a jigsaw, cause maybe you have done many of these ones being at home, okay, at least one in your life. That is very normal, especially when we are children. All right, I'm gonna let you see one of these. This is a jigsaw. Yeah, people say jigsaw. I'm gonna just write it down again, show you the word jigsaw. Or is also possible to say the word puzzle. Okay, both words describe this. What is a jigsaw or what is a puzzle? Is like a picture, is like an image that you need to complete putting together pieces by pieces. Sometimes you see that this piece doesn't fit in, and maybe you're gonna use it in a different position. What is fit in? Is when you're gonna put one of the pieces to complete the jigsaw and it's perfect in that position. So you say, wow, it's gonna fit in perfectly. I finish with my jigsaw, or I finish with my puzzle. Okay, that's good. So in English, guys, when you say the word fitting, is because maybe the piece of the jigsaw is gonna fit in perfectly. All right, so don't forget what is fitting. Sometimes when we talk about children that has problem at school because of bullying and things like that, sometimes it's hard for children to fit in the school system easily. because of the problems that they experience every day being in class, you know? So please don't forget that. All right, a postal worker delivers a car. The car will fit through the letterbox. Why? Because the size, you know, maybe is gonna be big enough to let a letter fit in. Okay, why? Because of the size. Okay, very good. I'm gonna move it, guys. Okay, the letter is small enough to fit through the letter box. Is exactly what I just said. The letter box is big enough to let the letter through. Okay, so that's good. Okay, I'm gonna just write this is let through. Okay, I'm gonna write down a very interesting verb. Okay, let through is when I put something and for me is not difficult. For example, when you use a key to open a door, okay, maybe, okay, the key is small enough to let through the keyhole. You know, so you will open the door because you can put the key, or you let the key through the keyhole. Okay, don't forget that. It's very easy. Okay, let's move it on a little bit. Okay, there are 7 biscuits. You say biscuits. This is not very common for American people because, as you know, guys, American people prefer to say cookies. This is British, and that is why maybe you're gonna see like a difference with the words. Okay, very good. There are 7 biscuits and there are 5 children. If you're gonna give each children a biscuit or a cookie, obviously you're gonna have enough cookies to give them all, you know, and maybe you're gonna have more than necessary because you've got 7. So that means that you're gonna have 2 left ones. Okay, so when you say don't worry, I'm gonna give you, or I'm gonna give all of you a cookie, is because you know that you have more than necessary. That is why you say the word enough. Okay, what about the situation now? Okay, there are 5 biscuits and there are 5 children. So we have enough cookies for everybody to eat. We have enough biscuit or cookies for everybody to eat. There are still enough biscuit. There are still enough biscuits to share equality. Every child can have 1 biscuit, okay, which is good. Okay, guys, now let's try to do something together. Okay, now it's time for the teacher to evaluate how much you have understood about this new topic. That is enough. Remember that in English, enough is very related, okay, with nouns and adjectives. Okay, maybe next class, we are gonna go on talking about this a little bit longer, because even when you think this is extremely easy, and actually it is, okay, you need some practice, okay, just to get enough experience to a thing that maybe is easy for you and you can overcome it, or maybe you can do something else. Okay, very good. Quiz time. Okay, are there enough biscuits for Mom and Dan to have each one? Okay, so maybe I'm gonna need a volunteer. Okay, I'm gonna let you raise your hand, okay, just to participate in class. Nicolas, look at the jar. Look at the cookie jar and answer my question, Nico. Are there enough cookies for my mother and my father to have each one?
Teacher, is the cookies is not enough for it my mother and my mom.
Okay, so listen, Nico, very good. Okay, so you say there are not, or there aren't, no I, in plural. There aren't, teacher, enough cookies for my father and dad, because actually there is only one, so it's impossible. Okay, maybe your mom and dad gotta split it up. Okay, so I'm gonna write down the verb. Split up is to divide into two exactly portions, you know, and that is a split up. Is, for example, when you are eating a hamburger with your brother, and your brother puts 50% of the money, and you spend 50% of the money, so it's like an association. You buy the burger, but now you're gonna split it up. Okay, very good, Nico. So the cookies are not enough for my father and my mom because there is only one. Okay, Nico, very good. I'm gonna go on, and we are in quiz time. Teacher, what is the next question? Wow, I love it, man. We have, look at now if we compare actually what Nico said with this answer. No, there are not enough biscuits for mom and dad to have each one. Okay, that's very easy. Okay, I'm gonna just now say, are there enough biscuits for mom and dad to have each one? I need a volunteer now who can give me an answer. Volunteer. Nico was the number one, and now I need a second volunteer. Jose Alexander, you think my mom and dad can eat both of them cookies?
Yes, there are enough cookies for mom and dad to have one each.
Okay, and I'm gonna ask you something. There will be any left, okay, in the end?
Yes, teacher, one.
Okay, there will be, teacher, one left in the end. Okay, yeah. Okay, so maybe for me. Okay, very good. I'm just gonna go on, and yeah, that is totally right. Thank you
No,
so
teacher, for me. Because there
for
are.
you. Man, I was first, man. In English, say I jumped the gun. I'm gonna write down that very incredible expression. You say jump the gun. Okay, when in English,
Because those are my cookies, teacher.
yeah, you're not gonna let me, okay, just steal your cookies so easily. All right, very good. Okay, I'm just gonna go on. I'm gonna go ahead. I don't know what's happened with this vocabulary, but anyhow, I'm gonna just save it and open it again. All right, yeah, that's right. So Jose is not gonna let me eat, okay, that cookie, because he is now making sure that is his one, and he is very sure when he said it, teacher, so sorry, get a cookie somewhere else, because this one is obviously mine. Okay, very good. Thank you, Jose, okay, for your kindness. Okay, very good. I'm gonna write down that interesting word because it's a very interesting one. It's kindness. Okay, I'm gonna write it now. Okay, kindness. This is like your nice way of being. Okay, very good, Jose. You know it's a joke, man. Okay, I'm gonna go on. Okay, look at now. There is a problem maybe with this old man. Okay, the cat, you know, is maybe desperate. Yeah, maybe this cat's got a problem, and the problem of this cat is maybe is very high in the tree, and maybe the person is trying to catch the cat, okay, just again. So we are gonna see maybe what is the idea here. Okay, so I'm gonna just ask, is the man tall enough to rescue the cat? Please be very, very careful with this verb. You know, I'm gonna just tell it to you, is
Rescue.
rescue. Okay, sometimes people say this incredible expression, okay, to the rescue. Okay, so maybe when your mother is cooking and she needs help, okay, Nico, and you say, Mom, don't worry, to the rescue. Okay, so that means that maybe you're gonna go and help your mom. Okay, very good. So my question is exactly the same one. Okay, so I need a volunteer. The volunteer is, I need somebody, Helen, you already participate? Yes, I think so. All right, so I'm gonna need maybe somebody.
Teacher, I didn't participate.
Oh, really? Okay, so maybe I'm gonna give you the chance to do it now. Helen, look at the picture and tell me something. Do you think is this man tall enough to rescue the cat?
No, the man is not taller enough to rescue the cat.
Okay, so the cat. So the man, hey, this is what Helen thinks, Helen, incredibly well. So teacher, the man is not tall enough to rescue the cat. Okay, Helen, let's see if maybe you are right. Yes, but Helen, yes, he's tall enough. Look, he's even can't touch the cat. Maybe if the cat, Helen, was right here, okay, maybe he was not tall enough to reach the cat, but if you see the picture, yes, it's possible for him to rescue the cat, and that is because he is tall enough to reach the cat. I'm gonna write down that very interesting verb, to reach. Sorry, guys, to reach. So reach, when you said in English reach, I'm gonna show you what's going on here. I say, teacher, what is reach? Okay, let's try to see what is reach. Okay, let me see. Yeah, I think this is a very good example. So this guy is trying to reach the red box. Okay, so that is reach. Is especially when for you, or it's easy for you to take something maybe with your hands. Okay, very good. So please bear that in mind. Okay, so Helen, don't forget that this elderly man is tall enough to rescue the cat. All right, now let's see another one. So who will be my volunteer? All right, pay attention. Is there enough room in the bin for more rubbish? Guys, pay attention that this is British English. What you see here, like rubbish, for American people is like garbage. Okay? And maybe when in British English, you see the word bin, okay? For American people is can. Okay? So don't worry. I'm going to emphasize American English in color red. Okay? So please don't forget. Rubbish is British. Bin is British. American is garbage. And American is can. Okay, so I'm gonna make a question and I need a different volunteer, guys. My question is there enough room, enough space in the bin for more rubbish? Okay, I'm waiting for a volunteer. Really, guys? Really? Don't tell me. It's difficult? Okay, Eric, Daniel, thank you so much for your participation, my smart friend. Eric, tell me.
There is no room being for more rubbish.
That's right. And you know, Eric, what is the problem? I'm gonna write down what Eric just mentioned. Teacher, there isn't, I'm gonna write down American English, okay? Sorry. I'm gonna maybe change a little bit what I said just right there because, hey, I appreciate, I maybe like, I respect a British English, but the one that I speak and I learned was with American people. Okay, so my English is American. That is why I'm gonna write it down. There isn't enough room. There isn't enough room, and let me see. Okay, enough room in the trash can, because this is the word as it said this. I'm gonna just write down the letter that is missing is trash can. there isn't enough room in the trash can, okay? And when I say this, it's because it's evident, okay, for more garbage. Okay, so if you see, guys, this is actually the truth. There isn't enough. So I'm gonna write down all this expression in this color, and I'm gonna only emphasize in this different color what I would like you just to see. Okay, so please, I'm gonna show it to you, and it's too evident that there isn't enough room in the trash can for more garbage. What is the problem? Obviously, guys, the problem is the trash can. The trash can is, so sorry, guys, I forget sometimes to type some letters. Okay, the trash can is too what? Too small for more garbage. So if you pay attention here, I'm gonna actually explain what is my intention in our class tonight. In English, enough and too are contrary. You know, I can say, for example, I am tall enough to reach the shelf. Or I can say, okay, the shelf is too short for me to reach it. All right, so it's like, you know, sometimes you can use them in different situations. Listen to this one. Teacher, I'm not intelligent enough to understand the problem. Or teacher, I am too maybe dummy to understand the problem. Okay, so they are different. There isn't enough room in the trash can for more garbage. That means that the trash can is too small for more garbage. Okay, excellent, Edith. You did it extremely good, and this is for you. Very good. I'm going to show you actually what is written down here, just for you to see. You say, no, guys, the bin is already overflowing. And I'm going to write down that interesting word, overflowing. Overflowing, guys, is when you can see that something is just being spilled, and that is because the container is too small just to support all the liquid. So you say overflowing is when looks that A is more than actually could be whole. Okay, good. Okay, so the bin is already overflowing, so there is not enough room to fit anything else in it. So it's impossible to put more garbage just because the bin is not big enough to support all the garbage. Impossible. All right? So I'm gonna show you quiz time. What is maybe the question that teacher is gonna make now? Okie dokie. Will Mervin, the mouse, fit through the mouse hole? Look at the size of this mouse. And look at the small hole. My question for a volunteer here in the class is, guys, do you think it's gonna be possible for him? All right, I need somebody different. Nico, give me a second because you already participate and I'm just trying to see if maybe teachers got more volunteers. If teacher doesn't have more volunteers, teacher is gonna choose with this finger somebody in the class to participate. Okay, so that is why I need, okay, your help. Guys, I have a volunteer, or don't tell me. Don't tell me. Really? Okay, volunteers. Volunteers. I volunteer Gloria Herrera. Gloria, do you think it's possible for this mouse? What is the problem here? What do you think?
Teacher, not big enough to hand the mouse?
Yeah, it's impossible. Thank you, Gloria, teacher. It's not big enough to feed through the mouse hole. Yeah, Gloria, you're totally right. Because if you pay attention, the mouse is big, okay? And the hole is small, okay? So you can say, teacher, the mouse is too big to feed through the hole. That means the hole is not big enough for the mouse to fit through. All right, I would like you to see. Very good. Thank you, Gloria. Amazing. Okay, no, Marvin is not small enough to fit through the mouse hole. Okay, this means the mouse hole is not big enough to allow Marvin to fit in. Okay, very good, Gloria. Obviously, maybe the problem is the mouse is too fat. Maybe the problem is eating too much cheese, you know, and that is why he's a little bit chubby. Okay, I'm gonna write down is chubby. Don't forget this. He's like fat. Okay, very, very good. Okay, I'm gonna go on. Okay, hey, look this one. Look. Do you think now, guys, it's possible for Marvin just to feed through the hole? Okay, I'm gonna ask this to, let me see, maybe who, Sofia Hernandez. Sofia, good evening. A lot of time without saying good evening to you. Sofia, tell me, do you think this mouse can fit in into the hole?
Yes, teacher. The hole is enough
Big
big,
enough, big enough
big enough
for the mouse,
for the mouse throw in.
Yeah, very good. Amazing. And this is for you. Yeah, guys, and this is exactly what Sophia said is totally right. Is, yeah, now if you see, the hole is not so small. And maybe now is easy for the mouse to fit through the hole. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, guys, that is actually what is. Yes, this mouse hole is big enough for Marvin to fit through. Okay, so yeah, we can see it. Okay, I would like to show you some synonyms, other words which have a similar meaning to enough. For example, teacher, I don't wanna repeat and repeat and repeat enough, over and over and over and over again. Okay, don't worry. If you don't wanna, don't do it. Okay, just because I'm gonna give you some synonyms, some extra words that you can use exactly in the same way and exactly with the same meaning. Okay, so I'm gonna start with sufficient. Listen to this pronunciation, sufficient. Another interesting one that we can learn together tonight is adequate. Adequate. That is another is ample. Ample. Yeah, teacher, say what? Yes, ample. Okay. Ample is like in Spanish, copioso, abundante. Yeah.
Ample.
Yeah, ample. Sounds good. Yeah, ample. Okay, another that I already mentioned to all of you tonight was plenty. Plenty. Plenty is like enough. I thought so. I told you so. Okay, and finally, abundant. Okay, that is a very interesting word. I'm gonna just let you see the word again and the pronunciation, obviously.
Abundant.
Abundant. Okay, again.
Abundant.
Abundant. All right, so when you say abundant, is don't worry, there's abundant meat for everybody here to eat. What's the problem? Don't be greedy. Okay, very good. So guys, if you see, actually, this is what actually our class was all about. So you need to be very careful when we talk about to or maybe the word enough. They are sometimes contrary. Okay, very good. Or for example, look at this. There is not enough juice for me to drink. Look, nothing. Or you can say there is too little juice Yeah, impossible. To drink. All right, so please don't forget, and in our next class, maybe we are gonna be just right here again, learning together. Guys, for all the attention and everything tonight, okay, I'm gonna tell you thank you so much, and hopefully, I'm gonna see you in our next class. Don't forget that teacher, love you all, guys. Take care, and maybe in the future, we will have enough time to go on practicing. Guys, bye-bye, see ya.
Bye,
Bye-bye, teacher.
See ya. I
Good night,
build.
teacher.
Bye bye,
See ya.
teacher. See you
build.
soon. Take care.
See ya.